Initially, when those players were picked, I wasn't a part of Gujarat Titans as yet. So in early February, I got the offer. I accepted it. This was 2022, and then it continued for 1 month, at least February. I was still finishing my commentary responsibility, so I committed to joining in March. By then, the setup was together, and the auction was done. But when I joined in March, we were getting a lot of flack. Like a lot of flack. It was because a lot of people thought on paper this team is not going to make it. What kind of combination is this? Because you look at Hardik Pandya, fantastic. He had not played for 4 months. He had been through an injury.
And he hasn't captained before that.
He hasn't captained. There were doubts about that. But then there was talk about, you've got David Miller, who's done well in international cricket, gets picked in the second round of the auctions, but has not had a good run in the IPL for a long time. Then there was also Riddhiman Saha, he came in as the wicket keeper. On paper, it did look, and I'll be honest, I didn't think about the result at the time, because when you're starting off a franchise, there's a lot of excitement. I think the excitement was that let's enjoy the journey and let's go ahead and do it, because we were on the management side of things. We had to look after different other things. Cricketing side, we were just hoping it's not in our control. Jo field pe hoga wo hoga. That was not in our control. But what really struck me was, first game we won, second game we won, the third game when Rahul Tewatia smashed 2 sixes of the last 2 balls, you just thought, what, there's something going. There's something about this team. They just don't know, they just don't know how to give up. And which is a fantastic thing, I think. And that continued in the season. We were in dire straits in a lot of matches. And invariably, someone would put up their hand and say, I'm here. And at various points, those people stood up. I think in the first 9 wins, there were 8 different player of the matches. Something like that. And against Chennai Super Kings in Pune, sea of yellow, as expected. That game, everyone thought we're going to lose. David Miller scores a brilliant knock. Rashid Khan bats. It's the first time he's captaining in a game because Hardik was injured. Then against Sunrisers Hyderabad at Wankhede Stadium, last over, 22 runs needed. We get there with 2 sixes being hit off the last 2 balls. And I think, that's what we won, those incredible games. And there was just so much belief. So much belief. And it is, then we just started, hang on, there is something happening here. And we are a part of something incredible that's potentially going to blossom into something that would be amazing. And I think it's one of the biggest blessings of my life that I was there at that time. And I saw it all happen. And it just came to a point, and I think the moment where I thought this team has it is not when they won one of those games. In fact, it's when we lost one of the games. And because it's very important to know how to handle failures along with success. Handling failures will teach you a lot more. And this is what happened. Our team was getting 16, 17, 18 runs in the last over. Against Mumbai Indians, we needed 9 runs. And we fell short by 2-3 runs. Last ball, 6 needed. And it didn't happen. Daniel Sams bowled a brilliant last over. There was obviously quiet. People were we were not happy. And I was sulking. I went to we were in a bubble. I was sulking. I went to the hotel, got into my room and, literally sulking and, and saying things that I cannot say here. And then my phone rings and it's our head of content. And she tells me, come up to the team room. And I said, mujhko nahi aana, and a few other things, which I can't say here. And, literally I was cranky. And then he said, you don't have a choice. She said, you don't have a choice. Everybody's been called. The captain said it. The coach has said it. So Nehra and Hardik basically said. So I went and I saw everybody relaxing. That day they decided they're going to relax. And I was still sulking. And I was just standing there and Ashish Nehra comes up to me and says, "Kya tu to sabse zyada depressed hoga yahan pe?"
Right.
Like he knew I was the most depressed, and I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Listen, it's a game, happens." But they dealt with it so well, and then I've thought that this is something different about this team.
Right.
Yes, they may have lost, but they handled it very well. The body language was fantastic. The confidence when they turned up for the next game was even better.
Right.
And after that, it was a title-winning round.
Right.
And even in the qualifier one, I think 16 were needed of the last over. There was a certainty when we were watching in the management that, we're going to get it. And that's what David Miller does. Bang, bang, bang. 3 sixes. Done.
Game over. Yeah.
Game over. And it was, I think, at that moment that I realized that we are a part of something incredible and we're going to win.